Please welcome Rick Echevarria, VP and General Manager of Intel Platform Security Division.
Thank you and good afternoon. This is a great venue. Team 8, thank you for the opportunity. At this moment, I really wish I could sing in such a beautiful place, but I cannot. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer a question that you would expect Intel to be thinking about, which is the question of applying Moore's Law, and can we apply Moore's Law to address the cyber challenges that the industry is facing today? And that's going to be the question that I'm going to focus on. Over the last 40 years, we have used Moore's Law to deliver higher transistor density. Everybody knows that that's what Moore's Law stands for. It has enabled the industry to innovate at a lower cost, and it has delivered higher performance. And for the last 20 years, we have actually been applying Moore's Law to cybersecurity challenges. And we've done that to deliver a hardened hardware foundation, that root of trust that many of you count on. We have used Moore's Law to deliver security and enable defenses at a lower cost, and we have allowed many companies to deploy those defenses with minimal compromises on performance, which is what they want to run their business on. Those are the three value propositions of Moore's Law in cybersecurity. And I want to use three examples to illustrate this point. The first one is around crypto acceleration, which you'll hear a lot this week. In a data-centric world, crypto acceleration has to be foundational to the platform. And in fact, thanks to Moore's Law, we have made crypto acceleration ubiquitous and free. And in addition to that, because crypto acceleration is so much faster, doing it with hardware assist than in software, many of your customers can deploy encryption acceleration, again, with minimal impact to performance. The second example of Moore's Law being applied to cyber is the work we're doing in the identity space. And I have two sub-examples under identity. The first one is the fact that we're actually using the hardware to deliver hardware-hardened multi-factor authentication, which is going to enable us to protect users and users' identity. The second example under identity is that we're actually using the silicon to build privacy-aware device identification that is going to be instrumental in defending the Internet of Things. My third example, virtualization. Many of you know virtualization as a foundational technology for cloud computing, right? We couldn't have the cloud without virtualization. Well, we're actually enhancing virtualization technologies to also use virtualization, for defensive capabilities. Now you're sitting there thinking, wow, Moore's Law is amazing. It's going to help us solve all the problems in cybersecurity, right? Well, we have a number of challenges that we have to deal with. And I'm going to focus on three. The first challenge is surface area. Moore's Law is amazing, and it's enabled billions and billions of connected devices. But one of the enemies of defenders is a growing surface area of attack. The second challenge that we're dealing with is symmetry. Today's technologies cannot tell a good actor from a bad actor. And so what is a tool for a defender becomes a weapon for an attacker. And the third challenge we're dealing with is complexity. And the issue with complexity, as you all know, is that we have these very, very capable devices that we all love to use and we all love to deploy in enterprise to transform our businesses. But those devices do not have the self-healing, the self-protection capabilities that are required to deal with the threat landscape that we're dealing with. So what do we need? We're going to be spending a lot of time in academia this week, right, at a university. And one of the things they teach in university is calculus. Well, what we need is a new trust calculus that's measurable for cybersecurity. And in our view, this trust calculus has three variables: Moore's Law, the development and the acceleration of workloads that are built for security or with security designed in, and then the third one, of course, is cyber-focused collaborations with academia and the ecosystem. So let me talk about those variables. First, Moore's Law itself. We need to continue to invest, and we are committed at Intel to continue to apply Moore's Law to cybersecurity. And we need to do a number of different things. We need to continue our path with current innovations, like the multi-factor authentication hardened at the hardware level that I just talked about. We also need to provide to the industry, to the developer, self-defending mechanisms. And we're doing that with technologies like Intel's software guard extensions, which you'll hear about in the coming years. And third, we need to continue to innovate. And Nadav talked about innovation, that's why we're here. We need to bring a number of new technologies. We actually have in our roadmap a number of technologies, including something called control flow technology, that is going to allow the CPU, the processor, to participate in malware detection. And this is going to be a very powerful capability given the processor's visibility into all those processes that are running above it. Okay? So that's the first variable. The second variable is the development of these workloads that are either born for security or have to be designed in for security. And we're going to be very busy with Gilly and the team at Cyber Week, and we're going to focus on 3 workloads to start with. The first one is blockchain. A lot of buzz around blockchain, lots of good potential, but in addition to the regulatory issues and other ecosystem issues that blockchain has to deal with, there are 3, from a technology point of view, that we are committed to address. You would expect us to say performance or scalability. But you may be surprised to see and to know that we have a number of silicon technologies that can help address the security and the privacy concerns that are associated with blockchain, with a lot of great partners and a lot of great partnerships, including a number of them here in Israel. The second workload that we're going to be discussing and focusing on is autonomous driving. And in autonomous driving, not only are we dealing with cybersecurity, we're dealing with safety. So we have to protect humans in addition to vehicles, humans and other things that move around us, right? And in autonomous driving, our focus is going to be in 3 areas. The first one is the security of the vehicle. The second one is the security of the communications from the vehicle to the infrastructure and to other vehicles. And then the third one is the protection of data. And it's not just the data that's flowing from the car and through the infrastructure, but something that's very, very important, and we expect to be collaborating with the Israeli ecosystem on this in particular, which is the development of attack-resilient artificial intelligence models and algorithms. Right? The third variable sorry, I forgot one more. Artificial intelligence for security. That's another workload that we're going to be focusing on. And in the area of artificial intelligence for security, we will focus on protecting artificial intelligence workloads. We're going to accelerate the use of analytics for cyber purposes. And in addition to that, we're going to build resilient models, again, in collaboration with the ecosystem here. Third and last variable is the collaboration with the ecosystem. We're here because of the capability and the capacity of this epicenter of cyber innovation, which is Israel. Starting with the collaboration with Team8, which is really going to influence the way we innovate moving forward, something we're very, very excited about. We're very excited about working with the best and brightest. So, to wrap this up, we've got Moore's Law. We've applied Moore's Law to cybersecurity to deliver a hardware-hardened foundation, to deliver defenses at a lower cost, and to do so while minimizing the compromises on performance. However, we have some challenges. The challenge of surface area, the challenge of symmetry, and the challenge of complexity. And that requires a new trust calculus. More Moore's Law applied to security, workloads designed for security or with security designed in, and finally, cyber-focused collaboration with academia and the industry. And with that, I appreciate the time. Thank you.